Hey everybody, Tim Man here. Welcome back to the Hardcore Showcase. Today we are talking about an album that has literally just turned 20 years old, and I actually can't believe it. It is the absolute beast, the powerhouse that is Kill Your Idols, From Companionship to Competition. What a mouthful. What an album. Literally, what a album. Now, for the longest time, I've got to throw this out there, I like Kill Your Idols, but I really didn't dig the vocals. For the longest time, Andy, I'm really sorry. But I do now. Something clicked with me, and I was like, oh my god, this band. So then what I did was I even though I already was listening to them, I went back and I re-listened to them, but with the love of Andy's vocals, and it's like, oh my god, what a band. What a band. I've got to put it out there because I feel like a fraud if I didn't say that at first. Anyway, this album is very special to me. This album is probably, I think it's my introduction actually, because I think my mate, shout out to one of my oldest mates, Jay, he gave me a copy of this on CD. It was a burnt copy, a CDR, and I used to listen to it on my Walkman on the bus. Yes, actual proper Walkman, the actual disc player bulging in my pocket. That's how I used to listen to it. I remember walking home, I'd been to work, I had this CD in my massive bulging pocket, and this album was on it, and I listened to it over and over and over. And do you know what? For some reason, for years I didn't listen to it for years and years and years, and then got back into Kill Your Idols properly now with the vocals, and then I listened to it again, and I was like, oh my god, I remember this. And yes, this album is special, very special, because of the key members in this. This is where they changed lineup slightly, and it gave them a little bit more pep, a little bit more fire. They were great before, don't get me wrong. They had the fire, but this gave them a little bit more. Yeah, so let's talk about it. So 20 years from Companionship to Competition. I can't believe it. An absolute, like I said, a powerhouse. There's your back cover. Some of the tracks on this are absolutely incredible. Let's just talk about some of these. Intro. The actual intro to this album is one of my favorite intros ever to an album. Slight feedback, and then of course you got Vinny's drums kicking in with the it's just perfect. Then the bass comes in, bit of mic. It's absolutely incredible. I love that intro. That intro is probably the best intro in any hardcore record. I'm sorry, it is. It really is. And then you go as Slash, so Burn Up, Burn Out, which is amazing because you got Vinny doing the backing vocals. 2, Stuck in a Rut, I Hate My Guts, $20. $20 is a great track, honestly. Only Dicks Don't Like Black Flag. It's so good. From Companionship to Competition. I love that because Vinny's doing the backing vocals on that, on the chorus. So good. Your Wish Is My Command. We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. Jump onto side 2. Miserable and Satisfied. Brilliant that. I love the breakdown on the chorus. The den den den, as it's saying, miserable and den den den. You know what I mean? It's perfectly done. Don't Call Me, I Won't Call You. Make Up Your Minds, 15 Minutes, I'll Call You Back, Still Pissed. Great cover by originally recorded by The Pissed. It's a great cover though. And then Looking Back, that's superb. The chugging on Looking Back is just incredible. And you've got the spoken bit, the Looking Back bit. Absolutely superb. Yeah, so the reason why this is probably so important is that Vinny Value, R.I.P., was on drums and Mike DiLorenzo was on bass. Now, it was a different dynamic. The other guys had left and done other stuff. That was fine. They wanted to carry on. They carried on with different members. Perfect members. Absolutely perfect members. This album with those guys it's just superb. Now, it was released on two different colour presses. So this one, there's your slip there, and there's your band picture there. Now, that wasn't the band picture that they wanted. No. They all, as you'll see now, there is a picture of them eating spaghetti around the table. Now, they wanted that, and Side One Dummy were like, no, not that, so they didn't. So they've gone with that in the end. I'm not sure if they wanted that for the front cover or for the inlay. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure Michael let me know, but yeah, and there's that there, and then of course your lyrics on the back. Very cool. So it was pressed on 2 colours, on black and red. Obviously red would make sense, and so would black. I only got the black, but it's still quite cool. I'm going to show you anyway because it's got really nice in the labels. Look at that. That's really smart. Yeah, just on nice black. And then side 2, same again. And nice inner labels there. Superb stuff. Yeah, it's a monumental album, and the fact that I used to listen to it on my Walkman just makes it a little bit extra special. I think so. I think it does. It's just, we don't have, kids don't have Walkmans nowadays. If you told them I had a Walkman, I had the CD playing in my pocket, kids wouldn't believe it. But it was a thing. It was a thing. So there you go. So that's what you're talking 20 years ago. So yeah. So I would have been. What year would that have been? If it's 20 years old, it would have. Yeah. I learned to pass my driving test really late. I was 30 years old, so it was before that. So yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I was on the bus listening to this on CDR. It's unbelievable. And I guarantee you my mate Jay still has that CDR in his collection. I reckon he does. But I was well happy to get it on vinyl. I'm looking out for a red, which I will get eventually. It will happen. But I just want to shout out this incredible hardcore record. If you haven't heard this record, go and pick it up and listen to it today. It's just superb. 20 years of this record. Superb New York hardcore. Absolute gem. Superb album, absolutely great. I love it. I'm going to go off this video now. I'm going to go down to my record player. I'm going to spin it right now. That's my plan. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Great stuff. And we will see you on the next one. So until then, take care of yourself and I'll see you soon. Cheers.